Harper's Index as of late, a monthly magazine that comes out with a series of seemingly unrelated statistics that come together to help tell a story. Today, I created my own Harper's Index to help tell my story. Here are a few of the statistics that I pulled. Americans under the age of 1 who are racial minorities as of 2011, 50.4%. Percent of population in the world that is Muslim, 23%. Of 1,000 newspapers reporting on Islam, amount that focus on cultural differences or terrorism, 2/3. Percentage of American counties who have seen an influx in racial presence since 2010, 94%. Predicted percentage of minorities enrolled in public schools for 2014, 50.3%. Prediction for 2022, 54.7%. Total enrollment of students at Lakes Community High School, which is the school that I currently attend, 1,398. Of these students, percent that are minorities, 15%. Of the total amount of students who attend Lakes Community High School, amount that wear the hijab, which is the traditional Muslim head veil that I'm wearing today, 1 out of 1,398, or 0.00071%. I bet you can guess who makes up that statistic, huh? When I decided to wear the hijab, which is the head veil that I'm wearing today, the summer before my freshman year, I thought I had a pretty clear idea of what would happen, and I was terrified. I was really scared of the prejudice that I would face, prejudice that I saw as inevitable in today's society. I guess you could say I was pleasantly surprised. Where I thought I would find mean comments, I instead found genuine curiosity to my parents, and I got questions such as, does it ever get hot under that thing? Do you shower with it on? And my personal favorite, wait, so you can't wear a bikini? Like ever? These questions shocked me, and in many ways grounded me. 23% of the world's population is Muslim, and yet it seems my peers have never actually met one-on-one. And all of a sudden, I personified that image that they see on the TV screen to be poked, prodded, and questioned. And this made me realize something. Stereotypes, especially on a high school level, are completely perpetuated by what high schoolers see. Despite the potent prevalence of Islamic rhetoric in the media, my peers were making assumptions about all Muslims based off of the one Muslim girl that they came into contact on a daily basis. It seems that high school is a long psychology experiment of monkey see, monkey do. And so I spent a lot of time explaining myself, explaining that yes, it does get hot, no, I don't shower with it on, and no, I can't wear a bikini, like ever. And through these little moments of education, my peers began to make assumptions about all Muslims based off of me. And all of a sudden, it wasn't society, it wasn't the media perpetuating stereotypes. It was me. So any question, even remotely pertaining to the Middle East or Islam, was traced back to me, and people would come to me with their concerns and their questions. Despite the fact that I'm from Egypt, which is not in the Middle East, and I maybe wasn't the best person for the role. But it stuck, and the pressure I felt was tremendous. I worried that any negativity or any opinion that I presented would be taken at face value, and my peers would assume that all Muslims felt this way or all Muslims acted this way. And I was really scared that I would set up a bad stereotype. So for my freshman year, I found it imperative that I create an impeccable image for myself in order to create an impeccable stereotype. Education became the way I did this. So I got involved in my school and my community. And when I say I got involved, I mean it became a pathological obsession. I started a book club, I joined a National Honor Society, I joined the Interact Club, I joined the tennis team, I joined the student athlete leadership team. I took an AP class, then I took 4 AP classes, now I'm taking 5. I loaded my schedule because education was my out. It was my way of showing my peers that the petrified Muslim girl that they see on the TV screen is not the same as a 21st century Muslim teenager. And as my educational career began to change and grow, so did my stereotype. One student out of 1,398 kids, and I helped redefine how my peers saw 23% of the world's population. Pretty powerful, huh? So, what's the next step? Is redefining stereotypes our end goal? Truthfully, I say yes. Because it's 2014, and for the first time ever, minorities are predicted to be the majority. 50.4% of students enrolling in public schools this year were racial minorities. That is half our population, raised in a society with preconceived notions of what it means to be Arab, Black, Mexican, and so on. A society where the TV screen has the power to define you before you even know what that word means. A society where 1,000 newspapers could be printed about what you believe in, and 2/3 of them are lambasting what you've been raised to believe in and what you choose to believe in. And this trend is not predicted to stop. By 2022, less than 10 years, 54.7% of students enrolling in public schools will be racial minorities. Just think, since 2010, 4 years ago, 94% of American counties saw an influx in minority presence. And yet we as a society have not taken the next step. We have not asked ourselves, how do we make it easier? How do we make these schools more comfortable? Because honestly, I don't want half of the population entering schools feeling the way that I did, fearing that the way that I look, the color of my skin, the way I choose to present myself, will dictate whether or not I have a friend and whether or not I have someone to sit with at the lunch table. It is time that we as a society take the next step, because we as minorities have the upper hand. And it's time that we say no. The TV screen is wrong. The newscaster is wrong. Because we are not broken, we are not oppressed, and we do not need saving. I need a math tutor, sure, but I don't need someone thinking that I'm oppressed for the way that I choose to present the religion that I believe in. It's time that we redefine education, that we show it's more than just grades, and time that we define ourselves and we define how we want the world to see us. Because maybe I never will wear a bikini, but honestly, I think I'll look better in a graduation cap anyways. It's time that we change the rhetoric of education, time that we as a society take the next step and prove that an index is just a reference point, and it is not a definition. Thank you.